Oh, excuse me? A massive black what? Okay, I think. Is that when Fred Williams? Is that when Fred Williamson makes a blockbuster? It's a blackbuster. No, it's my stream. I'll fart if I want to. By the way, would you care to fart for Jesus? Oh, you fart for just about everything, Bill. That's not news. You fart for farting. I've had an interesting day. Yeah. I only got a fucking state ID. Holy shit. Yeah, I finally got a state ID. I've gone 6 years without I actually already have one of those now too. I opened one up today. Yes, I've made progress while America's made the opposite of progress, so Congress. But yeah, no, I finally got, after 6 years of not having a proper state ID, I have one now. It's actually valid. No, I just, because of my internet bill, I finally had the proper paperwork. Yeah. I have an Ohio State ID with the picture I just took this morning. I would show you guys the picture, but I don't want to show the entire ID. Because I don't want to show everybody. Well, my social security number I think is on it, so I don't want to show. Literally, I sat there with a big smile on my face for the longest time, so I didn't look like an idiot in my ID photo, because everybody looks like an idiot in their ID photos. But yeah, I got my ID, and then I promptly went and opened a bank account. So I now have money to my name in a safe place, which is great. I don't. No. I'm sorry. No, you can't. I need that money for my penis enlargement surgery. That costs extra. I don't want that. No. I don't want to blow my cock off. These are indeed my bag, baby. But yeah, state ID and a bank account, so I have officially moved up in the world. I am no longer a bottom feeder. I am now I'm a lower middle feeder. You're Jello Biafra? How is that funny, Billy? Rape is not funny. Ask the Pope. Hey, Pope. Oh no, my son. The rape is not funny. It's not funny at all. You. hey, essay. You know, rape is not funny, essay. I'm the Pope. In the cooter. Remember that part where none of us are funny? I remember that part. That's always happened. That's just a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Or a Thursday for you, technically. Yeah. I still want to do match game, by the way. At some point, I want to still do match game. Since I wrote the material, I might as well use it. I just didn't want to do it to... But I just didn't want to do, in Billy's in Billy's case, it's every day is a Jew ass day. Uh-huh. That too. I wish his sounded like that. That would be a lot more pleasant to the ears than the fucking ear explosion that is his farts. Yeah. The SummerSlam simulation. That's where it was. It was during the introductions of the match between Ambrose and Rollins and Sheamus and Cesaro. Yep. It did end up making the best of. I don't know if it was. I think it was in the best of the year. It was. It did end up being the best of the year. It was the ass burst of times. What's an ass burst? Oh wait, that thing that Billy does. We'll be jamming into the break of dawn. Did anyone tell you that to you? We'll be jamming into the break of dawn. Because that's the name of that song, is Master Blaster. Actually, it's Master Blaster and then in parentheses jammin'. Good old Stevie Wonder. Alright, I need to run up front. I need to run up front, so I'll be right back. Ooh, we'll be jamming until the break of dawn. Informer, you know, said out of me, so me, I'm a blame. A licky boom boom down. Informer, you know, said out of me, oh man, I'm gonna smack ma. I lick my poo, I lick my poo poo frown. That's his name for his butt crack. I don't get it either. His poo poo frown. What Dane just made in his pants is that noise. Oh, Peter. It's dead. Dead. Not the next line. Wank. The child is black, the child is white. Jace just left the Skype tonight. Why did... Oh, has he? I just farted until the break of dawn. Ugh. Yeah, and what about a Skype even? All day yesterday didn't screw up. How do you know that, Billy? All day yesterday didn't fucking matter. You're jamming until the break of dawn. Wah, blah, blah, blah. Wah, la 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 la. Brown deer. I should wash my anus better. I go naked in any weather. That's pretty dangerous, actually. What if it's 30 below? My penis shrivels up inside of me and becomes a vagina. Penis. Oh, penis. It does if you're in Poland. Da 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 da. Not. I had to prostate that. Yep, babe. Yep, babe. Billy. Yeah, stop masturbating, Billy. Nobody wants to hear you kill future children on your stomach. And oh god, it's like a white swimming pool. Alright then. This next song takes something that's not fun, math, and makes it offensive. What's a pirate minus the ship? Just a creative homeless guy. And an anteater plus a large hungry mutant ant. An ironic way to die. And what's domain range? A kid with too much in his pants. And 2 balls minus 1. 7 titles at the Tour de France. Tour de France. Gets worse. Yo, split a decision with long division. Take the circumference of your circumcision. Live like your data, and when you're all set, put it all together and whatever you get. It's new math. And what's a bag of chips divided by 5? Well, that's a Nike worker's meal. And a Santa Claus multiplied by I. Well, I guess that makes him real. And the square root of the NBA is Africa in a box. How do you trace a scatter plot? You give the pencil to Michael J. Fox. Whatever. Take the approximate moral proportion of the probable problem of a pro-life abortion. Live like your data, and when you're all set, put it all together and whatever you get. It's new, it's new, it's new, it's new, it's new math. And if you took a factor tree of the factors that caused my girl to leave me, you'd have a tree full of Asian porn. C-A-L, I see you later. Mathematical minds make industrial smog. What's the opposite of L-N-X? Duraflame, the unnatural log. Support the farmers with a protractor. Link Kennedy and Lincoln with a common factor. Live like your data, and when you're all set, put it all together and whatever you get. Alright, word problems. Ready? If there's a fat guy in a pastry shop with a $20 bill and he's ready to buy, in order to predict his volume change, you'll need to know the value of pi. And there's a metal train that's a mile long. At the very back end, a lightning bolt struck her. How long until it reaches and kills the driver? Provided that he's a good conductor. And if 10% of men are gay and 20% of men are Chinese, what are the odds that a man chosen as random spends his free time and mealtime while down on his knees? And if Kim is half as old as Bobby, who is 2 years older than 12-year-old Tori, for how many more 30-day months will their threesomes be considered statutory rape? 'Cause math can be sexy. Because having sex is like quadratic expansion. If it can't be split, then it's time to stop. And having sex is like doing fractions. It's improper for the larger one to be on top. And having sex is like math homework. I do it at best when I'm alone in my bed. And square numbers are just like women. If they're under 13, then just do them in your head. New math. That is New Math by Bo Burnham. Oh, hey Jace, you missed New Math. I was singing New Math, and we were talking about 2 balls minus 1 and 7 titles at the Tour de France, and then square root of the NBA is Africa in a box, and then if you took a factor tree of the factors that caused my girl to leave me, you'd have a tree full of Asian porn. Bo Burnham is warped. If you've ever watched any of his specials, which I'm assuming you haven't, since you're saying that was warped, yeah. It's fucking offensive as shit, but it's hilarious also. Let's do this. I just realized, you guys, I have had the fucking desktop audio on the wrong thing the whole time. So they've been hearing me, but not you guys.
Oh, so...
There we go. Now they should be able to hear you guys.
Can you hear us?
So now they can hear you guys. So they've only been hearing me, but that's not... Man, there's a whole section there where I was gone, where there was absolutely nothing, no sound at all, I guess. Because when I was away from the computer. Sorry, guys. Alright, now we're starting. MVGLive is brought to you by Epic Level Games, the home of video games, tabletop games, events, and more. Go to Epic Level Game. MVGLive is brought to you by Epic Level Games, the home of video games, tabletop games, events, and more. Go to epiclblgames.com/MVGLive and use the promo code MVGLive to get 5% off your first order of $50 or more. Epic level games, gaming on a whole new level. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Schmelcom.
Schmelcom?
Schmelcom.
Oracle?
Oh hell, where was I? Oh right, no, I remember where I was now. Okay. So, if you're wondering why we're suddenly back on the Link to the Past Randomizer, even though we got 3 other games going at the moment, I didn't feel right not completing the seed because we didn't get a chance to. We played this for an hour and a half on Monday. And
it was a blast.
It was a blast. It was a lot of fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed Monday's stream. 12 hours of it, but it was still thoroughly enjoyable. But I felt like I didn't want to leave.
People who were there the entire time, and
yeah,
they're still tired.
Yeah. But no, I didn't really want to leave this incomplete, so I decided to say, fuck it, let's just do this.
Hello, Retro Rick.
Hello, Rick. Hello, chat. Rick, Hanya, the electrical skateboard
world.
man.
The electrical skateboard man.
Hello, Ash.
Skateboard man, take me by the hand.
Lead me to my
Skateboard
land.
man.
I don't know. No, don't hit me, bro!
Don't tase me, bro!
Don't tase me.
Don't mace me, bro.
I love that joke from the unfortunate hockey player that they had made a joke at his expense for that.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a lot easier to do with the full. Oh god. With full health because I could shoot the beam out.
That's what I call masturbating.
Don't toes me, Bray.
It's Taves. Don't Taves me. It's It's a hockey player reference to a player for the Chicago Blackhawks where he or somebody when he was in a vehicle got tased.
That actually happened to it was actually at a protest. It was a college student who got tased. So don't tase me, bro!
Don't
And
bro.
beam after that.
Spoiler alert, he got tased.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wasn't that at a John McCain?
See, if you tell a cop not to do something, generally they do it anyway because fuck you. That's
Yes, they can.
Especially if you're being a douche.
I feel like that was at a John McCain rally that this happened.
I don't know when it happened, but it was funny.
It was either John McCain or Mitt Romney.
I think it was Mitt.
Mitt, Bobit, Banana, Fana, Fofit.
It was around the time George W. Bush was president, I think.
Well, that was in Iraq where the guy threw a shoe at him, and it was just like, who throws a shoe? Honestly.
Oh, I remember that one, yeah.
There were some great
It's actually
somebody turned into a Pokeball.
It's one of the greatest insults in the Arabic world is to hurl your shoe at someone.
Yeah.
Here it's just stupid.
Fucking somebody chucks an Adidas at Trump, like, oh my god, these shoes are fire, straight fire, bro.
I have them made in a factory in downtown China.
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 Mr. Trump, there's more than one city in China.
Yeah, I know, downtown China. He doesn't care where. He can't pronounce the names anyway.
What does he say? Ching Chang Chong? I don't know.
Shanghai.
You joke, but he would do that.
Are you sure about that?
Probably.
John Cena would say, "Are you sure about that?"
Well, John? I don't know.
No, John, I don't like it.
No, John, I don't know.
No, sir. Don't like it.
I'm gonna switch to my boomerang. Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Oh, and don't forget, fuck you. Oh, and don't forget, fuck you. And fuck you.
Don't forget
Well,
the
apparently
fuck you.
the Iron Sheik is playing tonight.
And also, just so you're aware, fuck you.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
You Howard and Dave.
Oh,
Fuck this
great
room.
burn in the chat. About
I'm as
John
sure
Cena?
as your movie career.
That doesn't really make sense,
Get
but
fuck. Yeah. Well, when you do a movie where you're in bed naked banging Amy Schumer, I think you've reached a new low.
He's
Yeah,
not
pretty
wrong.
much.
So I guess you could say John Cena's acting career is actually more desperate than mine.
Hey, at
I
least
have
you
to
almost
wonder
have a
if Dwayne
psych
Johnson's
card.
career is
Yeah, but he's
That's
already
right.
a millionaire.
Jace would never take money to have sex with Amy Schumer, no matter how desperate he is.
It's true.
All right, Bill,
true.
we're gonna give you
could just-
$300 million.
You could just stick your dick in a Dorito Locos taco and accomplish the same thing. You get like crap all over your dick, and then it won't fucking come off.
that's an insult to Doritos Loco Tacos.
Yeah.
I'd rather put my wiener in that.
Shit.
What would you rather put your wiener in for $300 million? A big canister full of raw sewage or Amy Schumer?
Raw sewage.
Raw
Oh, yeah.
sewage.
Well, you got the answer.
Yep, seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have sex with Tyne Daly or Amy Schumer?
Tyne Daly.
Would you shag a watermelon over Amy Schumer? I would stick my dick in a watermelon while Gallagher was getting ready to sledgehammer the bitch.
It's the Sledgehammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Master Tool Corporation, in association with Fly-By-Night Industries, has entrusted me to show you the handiest and the dandiest kitchen tool you've ever seen. And
The hell could it
know how
possibly
works?
be?
And don't you want to know how it works?
Yeah.
Well, first you take the ordinary apples and you place them in between the patented pans, and you reach for the tool that is not a slicer, it's not a dicer, it's not a chopper and a hopper. What in the hell could it possibly be?
Sledge-o-matic. Can Sledge-o-matic pound a cake? Yes, Sledge-o-matic can pound a cake.
You want that cheeseburger to go? It's gone.
You know.
So Gallagher's the original Willet blend.
Would
So-
Well, it fit.
I thought you were gonna say Gallagher's the original Woodnyth.
So
don't think
will
so.
it smash? That is the question.
You know, a lot of people.
I know what John Cena would smash. Amy Schumer. Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to forget that beyond smashing watermelons with a mallet,
He was a good comic.
He was actually a really, really good comedian, yeah.
Yeah.
His jokes are great.
Up until a point. I'd say his last good special, his last really good special, was We Need a Hero.
Yeah, the Texas
Yeah,
one.
everything after that.
No,
was
that's
kinda shitty.
that's the one from York, Pennsylvania, 1992. Then he did one from Wisconsin called Smashing Cheeseheads. That is never actually. By the way, you can watch all his specials on. There's a site called Tubi TV, where it's basically Netflix. You sign up for free and you can watch a bunch of shit. And all his specials are on there except for Smashing Cheeseheads. And the reason Smashing Cheeseheads isn't on there is because of the music rights. They use My Prerogative at the beginning of the special. But yeah, Smashing Cheeseheads is okay. It's actually funny in parts. Messing Up Texas is just. It's really hard to watch him at that point because it's 1998. He's finally. It's set in for him that he's never going to be more than a. He's
But
never
then the
going to be.
watermelon guy.
Yeah, then the watermelon smashing guy, so he's given up on things at that point. He's had a heart attack at that point.
He's too ill to do any stuff now these days.
Yeah, he actually retired, I believe. From...
Yeah, because
Yeah.
of health problems.
Yeah.
I actually saw. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. There's a festival in Montreal called the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival.
Yes, we very are aware of that.
Well, they air a syndicated show up here called Just for Laughs, which is various skits taken from each year of the festival.
Yeah, I know about that.
And,
That aired in Australia as well.
And there's some. I saw one of the episodes where he was doing that, and he did his comedy a bit, and then he smashed watermelons. It was awesome.
One of my favorite parts of We Need a Hero is when he's filling up the various diapers with
Yes.
and at one point he goes into the audience and I think it was like something with baked beans. And
no, he put a bunch of foods in pans for later, and then he was like he was hitting stuff. He was doing a sledge-o-matic routine, and somebody from the audience sprayed him in the face with water. He's like, you think I can dish it out and can't take it? So he goes in the audience and has his brother Ron, who looks almost exactly like
there was
him.
another portion where he went into the audience.
That was it. Yeah, he went into the audience, and he was like...
Can you not cut me off so I can explain the fucking situation? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think of your butt.
Well, he goes up to this, like, fucking yokel woman, and he's just like, what do you think that looks like? And she described exactly what was in it, and he just looks at her, he's like, you're a smart ass, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it was Kix and whipped cream. He was taking Kix and whipped cream into the audience, and he made this woman eat it, and she's like, what does that taste like? He was like, what does that taste like? Kix with whipped cream. You're a smart ass, aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then he let his brother Ron smash a bunch of shit while he stood in the audience. He was like, this is terrible. I never knew.
Seat-faced politician?
Yep. But he was sitting there shaking that jar of jelly, and then he turns around and goes, but Pee Wee Herman said that's all I did and got arrested.
Ah, jeez. And look at him, he got rehabilitated.
Mike Riley is a Gallagher historian.
I watched all the specials recently, during some downtime I had.
Stuck in the 70s.
That's not the name of the special, Dane.
Stuck in the 60s.
I'm still stuck in the 60s.
You can lick my anus.
Mike's put me on blast right now. I'm very upset.
Friendship over.
That's not the special, Dane. You fucking embarrassment.
Friendship.
He's not having any of your children anymore.
I'm still stuck. Ashley said one of her favorite Gallagher, or Rick said one of his favorite Gallagher rants is, how come wrong numbers are never busy? Cargo goes by ship, shipment goes by truck. Greenland has no ice. Iceland is green. You park in a driveway, drive in a parkway. You have a pair of panties and just one bra. I think that might have been like that might have been a combination of several specials, but yeah, he said all of that. So. He brought out this big, like, transparent whiteboard. He writes on it, like, we had to learn the big long word cannot, and then we learned contractions. So we put the apostrophe there. It becomes can't. Well, that little apostrophe must be no. Can I use that for words I don't know how to spell? No. Well, that must mean no. Can I just say that in place of no? No, you can't. But he draws the apostrophe and a cent sign. This makes no sense.
Which special was it where he was pretending like, you ever notice when your wife goes, what's wrong, honey? Oh, nothing.
That might have been Overboard.
That's when he broke his arm, didn't he?
No, that was even earlier than that, the one where he hurt his arm. The one where he hurt his arm, I believe, is Melon Crazy, which was 1983.
Yeah, where he's rolling behind a.
And then Overboard's in '86.
What was the one where he sprayed Elvira's chest with like mustard and ketchup? Messing with Your Mind, I believe it was called.
I don't remember
that. It was like a movie of his.
I don't think Gallagher was ever in a movie, was he?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
It's been years since I've seen any of his comedy bits. Thanks for kissing the microphone, Billy. It sounds really attractive.
Okay. Oh, someone.
By attractive, I mean totally repulsive. Bye.
Huh?
Saying goodbye to the bug that fell down the thing.
Yes.
Goodbye, bye.
I actually liked how they kind of replaced the dungeons in Breath of the Wild with the shrines.
It was unique, to say the
Very
least.
much so. Especially considering if you want to do them all, there's 120 of them.
Yeah, and I did them all.
Me too.
And all the DLC ones.
I don't have the DLC, but I did do all of the original story ones. Should probably go back and start upgrading the classic hero armor and shooting scales off dragons.
I got news for you. Apparently Gallagher is not only not retired, he's touring right now.
Oh, wow.
Really? I thought he had retired.
I guess not.
Oh, maybe his health got better and he decided to unre...
Oh, buddy.
Whoa, buddy.
That was the hook shot I just got.
Oh, nice. Useful. There's no hook shot in
Breath of the Wild. You know, that would have really broken the game if it was in there, I think.
Oh no, I can completely understand why they didn't put it in there, because you can climb everywhere in the game.
Yeah.
So I completely understand why they chose not to implement it in the game, and I'm okay that, especially when you get your stamina up to the maximum amount, and you can just climb anywhere.
Yeah, I decided to go for max hearts instead of max stamina.
Well, I went for max stamina, which is 3 full things, and then you still get a very decent amount of hearts. And then to make up for having less hearts, I upgraded my armor to really good level 4 for the good quality stuff, so that I could survive taking hits. And there was some enemies that would do half a heart's damage to me.
Interesting.
Well, Breath of the Wild's really neat because you get multiple versions of armor, and you can, as you unlock more Great Fairy Fountains, you can use ingredients you find in the game to upgrade the armor to make your armor stronger. It's very kind of
self-satisfying, apparently.
I was gonna say Elder Scrolls-ish.
Jace leaves no stone unturned when it comes to Zelda, says Billbot.
It is pretty true, actually. I tried 100% every Zelda game that I play.
Shit.
Friggin' bubbles.
They're anti-fairies, actually. Yeah, that's why if you sprinkle the magic powder on them, they become fairies.
Ah, that makes sense.
I am Become Fairies, Destroyer of Worlds.
Use the promo code MapleMark to get a 1% discount on Breath of the Wild. What?
I don't believe that's a thing you can do. But if you want to buy Breath of the Wild, do it through our Epic Level Games promo thing.
You get 5% off.
You get 5% off your first order of $50 or more. So that's like, if you buy that one game, that's more than $50. So that works out.
And hey, you get a couple bucks off.
Yeah.
It's $3.
Hey, $3 is $3, man.
Hey, that's tax.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That's my shit. All the girls gonna suck. What?
You better watch your mouth.
Uh-huh. That's my shit. All the girls gonna suck my tits. What?
Okay.
Ain't no holla back, girl.
Ain't no Holocaust, girl.
What?
I knew someone was gonna say that.
God damn it.
You fucking knew someone was gonna say that from the start.
Listen.
In a split
Listen, Billy's
second.
Jewish. It doesn't make it okay, but I'm just saying he's Jewish.
I know, Aunt Frank, girl. I know.
Oh god. That I didn't know.
No, of course you're not, Anne Frank. You don't know when to shut up.
I know. No.
I took a university course on the Holocaust and still gives me the feels.
Don't need money. We're leaving the band.
Sorry, it's breaking up.
You know which band I want to see live? Blondie.
Harry Lois in the nose.
No, Blondie.
What about Duran Duran?
Oh, there's Duran Duran's another one on the list.
Duran.
The do ron the do ron.
I would say the Foo Fighters for me, but then again I saw them like a few weeks ago at Oxford Street,
So then, no then.
So what if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one of your players, you're the pretender? What if I say I will never surrender?
Never gonna run around and hurt you.
What if I told you that was the wrong lyrics, you fucking idiot?
Yes, I know.
yeah.
What is that, Brewam? I don't know what Brewam means.
I think they
Rohan.
meant the car in the background of
Yeah, somebody's
Adam.
broadcasting from their alleyway.
Nah, I'm focusing from the door.
Somebody want to say Broheim.
Or,
Brahan.
What about Rohirrim?
Broheim Strohoman.
Rohirrim, charge.
Rohypnol.
No. Jinx, you owe me soda.
I don't know, you shit.
Smithers, I believe I owe you a Coke.
What about Rawhide? I don't know.
Rawhide.
Listen, if you've been riding bare ass, if you're Lady Godiva and you've been riding bare ass through town, yeah, you're gonna have a rawhide.
And a hurting
Goddamn
haunch, too.
skippy hippie, yeah. That is a thing that you will have.
Think about it, rubbing up against that horsehair the whole time. Oof.
Yikes.
Especially if you're not wearing a saddle. Or using a saddle, I should say.
If you're using a saddle, then you're smacking up against leather.
Yes.
Ouch.
That takes guts.
It also depends on the style if you're riding it as well. If you're riding side saddle, it would be interesting just
If I'm
because it's
raring, yeah. If I'm raring to go.
well, side saddle is what the women and the nobles in the Middle Ages rode. Still, actually, one of the styles the Queen's family uses.
Yeah, it was because it's easier to push them off the saddle and watch them fall, so you can laugh at them.
Fucking hilarious. I prefer Mine the Moocher. I think you mean Minnie.
Let me tell you,
Howdy, 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 ho. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I was watching Meet the Feebles today.
Peach ride Josie size saddle. I don't care what she does in bed.
Oh.
Ah.
Giggity.
No hell. Didn't have a key. Hey Lois, diarrhea.
Ah, Peter, I'm holding iced tea.
Why is Lord Goldman your wife?
Yeah, I don't know.
Word.
Good question.
I'm gonna
No,
call
I
think I want
pen
an
the end
answer.
of your
Lord Goldman's a little more like this. I don't know.
No, he's not. He's more like this, sir.
Lord Goldman is not that deep voice. I got news for you.
Yeah, More Goldman's
No,
one
he's
of the
not.
Turkey Boys, if you recall.
Yes.
Oh my god, I forfeit!
Ting.
Oh my god, I foreskin.
A man stabbed me in the ear when I was 7, and then again when I was 30.
And then
What thing,
again when
buddy?
I was 37.
You know what?
I'm gonna smack you with my car.
It's on aisle 7 next to the creams. Oh, I don't like that word.
As far as I'm concerned, his name is Dig Them.
Dear Ritz crackers, I asked for a full sleeve of crackers, not buttery crumbles. Did I stutter?
Nah, I'm just saying it anyway.
Oh.
Did I turn around and mumble?
Then I turned around and show you my rear end and laugh at you.
Hold on, be back.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail, stealing things all day long.
Including his own dong.
Testicles are over his dog.
Okay.
Why exactly would he steal his own penis? I'm a little.
Because it was stolen from him by Carmen Sandiego's gang.
I was gonna say I'm a little unclear. Don't forget.
Yeah.
What did I just come back into?
Don't forget
Carmen
to put
Sandiego.
spice. One's for the bulk.
Stealing
and
a
one's for the
penis.
bacon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Detachable penis.
They called me tasty cakes, and then they shoved pine cones up my ass.
Good to be the king.
And you just bomb that cracked floor in the top left corner of the room. I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
Could you please speak a little more frequently?
Excuse me, sir.
Sir.
Would you please shove it?
Shove it up your.
That is all.
Shove it up your candy ass.
Yes.
Oh, now,
Smell
now
what the rock is
Would you
cooking.
please shove it up your flatulent?
Now somebody
shoot.
has to do a mashup of Tim Curry and The Rock. Oh, The Rock says it doesn't matter what your name is.
Oh, wrong.
Mm.
Hello, Bronny.
Mm.
I'm the Scorpion King.
No, you're not.
Stop it, Ron.
Leave me alone.
Let me also. Ronald Weasley is Leviosa.
Stop farting, Ron.
It's getting down to 28 tonight.
Celsius?
No, Fahrenheit. It's -2 or 2 to
Why
4,
do all
I
of a
think.
sudden you just start saying the temperatures in Fahrenheit? I
'Cause-
want to learn! You're impeding my ability to learn.
You're tearing me
Well,
apart!
you always ask
Mark.
me to convert it over, so
I don't ask you to do
decided-
shit. I want to know it in Celsius. I can convert it. I'm not a stupid
minus-
American.
Yes, you are.
Fuck you, Billy. You fucking fat piece of shit. No, I'm sorry. Listen, that was harsh.
-2.
Okay.
Though it may go.
I'm sorry, Billy.
dark.
That was really harsh.
Yeah, you Mick.
Deny it.
So am I. So,
Exactly. I'm also a fat piece of shit. So.
They've made a musical about it.
Fat pieces of shit.
Fat piece of shit. The musical.
It's the
Weird.
sequel to Fat's Legs.
We're
Oh,
fat mix.
Fat
We're
mix.
fat mix.
This is
Fat mix.
this is bordering on absurd.
Fat mix sounds like a cereal. Fat mix.
If you want drunken Irishmen in your cereal,
Are you ready to have some fun for breakfast? Have a nice big bowl of fat mix.
and don't forget our Asian variant, Ching Chang Chong cereal.
Oh god.
Oh.
Ching chang chong. Ching
In
chang
the
chong.
morning.
You know what? I'm just gonna go have cereal of Bednarczyk or something like that.
Wow, that was fucking hysterical. My sides. My fucking sides.
Yay. It's very funny.
I know.
Can you tell everybody laughing?
Shut up, Meg.
I meant fake laughing, not real laughing.
Shut up, Meg.
Get off the cross, Australian Jesus.
Australian? Gee.
That
Oh, I
mean
do
he
have the hair like
was
that.
he nailed to the cross
Sorry.
upside down or something?
Oh.
Oh, no, that was Peter.
I'm upside down, Lois, look.
I got holes in my hands.
Now I can't hold out my nabs. Aw, man.
No, but yeah, Saint Peter, he was crucified upside down.
Who was the
Ah, look at the sword.
who was the saint that got nailed to a tree and had arrows? He got shot with arrows.
I think it was Thomas.
You know, like in that REM video.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
All the except one, except John, not John.
Dave.
Sleepy.
There's
Toby.
none here, man.
No, it was John.
It was a
It
Steven.
was Groucho. He was the saint.
You sure it wasn't Chico?
He was the only one that wasn't martyred. He died of old age. Now he was in exile of Patmos, but
Oh, somebody's home.
Yeah, my sis.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
ask her if she's gonna burp again.
I don't think she will.
Can I say hi to your sister, or is she gonna be old?
She's in another room.
Can I say hi to your sister? Or is she gonna be all Australian?
Get off your lazy, fat fucking ass and ask her to come over here.
I've seen pictures of her. She's not fat.
Come over here.
I said I was calling Adam fat. I don't know
Oh.
what.
Tell Tennille,
big bone!
I don't think
Tell
he.
Tennille
Well, he
Dashwood
doesn't
to
need to
get
get
over
over here then.
Tell Tennille Dashwood to get over here now.
Get your fat fucking ass over here.
Get your fat ass over
Oh no!
here, son of a bitch.
Oh,
So apparently now Emma is in Ring of Honor now.
Huh.
So she can't go by Emma.
No, she goes by Tennille Dashwood, her real name.
Her real name.
Hello, my name is Adam's sister. What do you want?
You got a
I
book again?
wanna fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Henoxes.
What?
Peanuts.
They're really annoying to fight in Breath of the Wild.
Hey,
Fun,
Actually, I
though.
think they're pretty fun. Like I
Oh no, they're hard, but they're fun, especially when
Just like
they get
penises.
smart. Just like when they start covering their eyes.
I love killing them in their sleep.
Just
Yes,
like
that is fun,
penises.
I love killing Mark. Mark, after a while, your outrage is just not needed.
I can't stand fighting the
Octoroks.
I
Lionels.
have Retro Rick. I
Oh.
have not played that game. Have you, Billy?
What?
The game Rick mentioned in chat.
I've played that.
I've played it, but fuck me, I guess.
I didn't read what it said.
Twisted Tales of Spike McFang.
Twisted Tales of Spike McFang on SNES.
No, I haven't played that.
Well, I'm Rick. I don't give a shit if Jace or Dane played it. Fuck them. Fucking vagina breath.
Oh, Mark, I got me and my girlfriend bought it together. Lost Sphere on the Switch.
Oh, that's one of the new RPGs, right?
From Tokyo RPG Factory, the guys who did I Am Setsu.
Yeah, it's probably on my list to pick up just when I have money.
Yeah, we decided to split it because at the time, like, I wanted to get it, and it was just like, okay, she's got a charge card. It's like I'll pay for half, you pay for half.
Never have you ever cared for me, but you want me to do a riff for you. How about you
That's
go?
not how it works.
That's usually people are nice before they ask me questions about that. It's like, hey, Dane, you fucking mongoloid, can you do a riff for me?
Yeah, Mongoloid.
No. You fucking jackass!
You fucking milky liquor.
Milky liquor.
Get
You
your
milky
fat
sucking
ass
lint liquor.
You lent liquor.
You gay.
Do it for
No,
Cliff.
you gay!
You know, Cliff could
You
lick my.
gay-o!
You know what? Cliff could lick my balls. How about that?
Oh.
Yeah, Rick. Yeah, what are you gonna do now, Rick? Penis breath.
What you gonna do?
Now go get me my fucking enchiladas.
Hey, is that Bill Murray?
From now on, Dane only riffs on slam.
Da 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 da.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, I don't cross
boys
the
are boys.
I don't cross the picket line.
Wild boys.
Not even to pick it. Not even to
Yeah,
pick at my butt.
I'll be right back.
Oh, gee.
Oof.
It's alright. I'm just gonna respawn in the room I was just in. See? No harm, no foul.
Your sense of purpose is dead, but you know.
Good purpose, too perfect on a fish.
Sense of porpoise? What?
Did you see that banana? It has massive appeal.
Blah 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 blah.
Honk.
That joke was brought to you by Adam Snyder.
Yes.
Hey, God. Hey,
Oh yeah, G-gag.
gosh,
What?
nigga.
Oh yeah, G-gag. It's a Japanese term for dad joke. Old man jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, really bad puns.
Yeah.
Oh, can you give us an example of that?
When translated, there was one joke that was like, I could be doing this since Wednesday, but it's already Tuesday, like, or something like that. It was an Excel saga. It's been years since I've seen that show.
I'm just gonna assume that joke is fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna assume that you need some frame of reference of Japanese culture to get that.
It's a really bad joke that has something to do with I guess, like, you know, the idea of, oh, I could do this all the time, which is funny because, like, blah blah blah, like some kind of shit like that, I guess.
Okay.
The
Japan,
wordplay's
Jace,
funnier in the actual language.
Speaking of Japan, Jace, next month I'm eagerly anticipating a game coming out that I pre-ordered.
What game?
Yakuza 6.
When you wet your pants in anticipation, that's anticipissing.
I got the collector's edition, which includes excuse me,
There's no excuse.
some glasses.
When everybody takes a piss together, it's participissing.
Oh.
You ever fart so loud you hurt your own ears?
Oh, can't say as I have, Bill.
Neither have I.
Why bring it up then?
Yeah.
I miss Tim and Eric. I love how every season they had at least one ridiculously gross shit joke. So, like, the D pants.
Okay.
Basically, they were clear plastic pants you wore under your pants, so that if you had diarrhea, you just, like, shit in them and you wouldn't get, like, your actual pants dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they had a bunch of gags like that over, what, they were on for, like, 5 seasons, I think? Ha! Capitalist letters. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Hmm?
Hi, Homer!
You're welcome. Don't all talk at once.
I was kind of spacing out looking at Link's pink hair.
As long as you weren't Kevin spacing out.
Come here, you little 14-year-old.
Jesus.
Oh.
You want to see my Lex Luthor?
No.
No.
It's bald.
I don't want to see your Chase the Eisenberg, thank you.
Huh?
I don't want to see that.
Sylvester Stallone?
Sideshow Bob taking a rake to the face.
Adrian!
You guys remember on one of the episodes of Freakazoid where it just cuts off to this interviewing scene, and this guy's asking this one guy questions, and the guy just goes. That's just how he talked.
Oh, wasn't there a gag with Freakazoid involving Henry Kissinger? It was just like.
Yeah, that's who it was. Couldn't understand a word he said.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh!
Got a book.
That's the Book of Medora. Chocolate Lips. I don't know why. Sorry, Mark. I don't know why I called you that.
You got the Bible!
No, I got the Book of Medora.
What does it do?
Lets me read things that I wasn't able to read before. Like the entrance to the Desert Palace, which now I can go back and actually beat.
The Rosetta Stone.
Basically.
Well, that thing had 3 languages on it. It had ancient Egyptian, what was at the time modern Egyptian, and then it had Greek.
I now have pretty much everything I'm supposed to have at this point, I believe.
Oh, that's good.
You need to switch color. I don't need to do shit. I don't even know. I actually don't even know what you're talking about.
The color of the barriers that are up that prevent you from...
Right.
Alright.
Rabble.
Rah, Rasputin.
Bamba.
Lover of the Russian Queen?
Well, no, the Russian queen... That's actually an urban... That's not actually true.
I know, but it sounds really good for a song.
Oh, yes, it does. It's just...
Jesus fucked up Christ. I don't know what's going on in my neck of the woods, but a fucking deer got hit outside my house.
Oh, shit.
You better get out there and cut some off. Venison's good.
I'm sorry, I don't think I like roadkill deer.
Get it while it's fresh.
Was it a buck or a doe?
It was a buck.
Was it a young buck?
No, it didn't super kick anybody.
Ha!
I did not see that coming.
Out of nowhere.
What?
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Easy, Mark.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean 1 second. That's why I left the room, because I heard the thud outside. I was like, "What the hell's going on around here?"
Yeah, I was wondering why you had disappeared.
It's actually yesterday, as I was coming home, I saw 3 choppers in the air, and they looked like they were in formation. And I'm like, the fuck is going on? And as I get closer to the exit, I realize that there's like a 2-house fire, like, right off the exit. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh my god, look at that butt.
Apparently there was a chlorine leak Monday at one of the pools here in town.
Oh no.
That just makes me think of Unfuture.
They had to evacuate the pool.
When Nibbler drinks all of the water in the pool. So then he belches out the chlorine gas.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
Kills everybody.
What I loved most about Nibbler was his actual normal voice was actually just the guy's normal everyday voice.
Wasn't it Maurice LaMarche who played his
Frank Miller?
No, it was
Frank Welker.
It was Frank Welker, but
Oh,
it was
okay.
the one time where he used his actual normal voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's actually what he sounds like is in real life. Found that kind of neat.
Well, if you want to hear what he actually sounds like, listen to Freddy.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Looks like we solved another mystery.
Looks like you're solving another mystery.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go masturbate.
Of course, him and Daphne are on a break right now.
He tried getting them into a three-way with Velma. Didn't turn out too good.
Yeah, Daphne and Velma pretty much just ignored him the entire time.
Da 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 da. Lesbians.
Like,
They weren't angry beavers.
wow, Scoop, this is so hot.
Raggy.
I got a boner, Raggy.
I got a
Red
roner.
Rocket Raggy.
I got a roner.
Red Rocket. Woof.
Yeah, I was gonna say yum, but that just probably wouldn't be the correct
Like,
reaction to the.
Scoop. You know, something, Scoop. I think I might have to address my drug problem. I think you talk.
Righty Raggy.
Runite. Roo.
Well, I mean, he does talk. There's people who aren't doing drugs that have talked to Scooby and gone and have had answers from him. And
Yeah, you know what my favorite show is of all time? One of my favorite shows, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. I love that show.
Red
It was
Herring.
Red Herring!
I love that show.
Especially that one time it was Red Herring.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that.
He was finally like, you know what? Fine, it wasn't Red Herring. It was Red Herring. No.
Yes.
Maniacs.
It's time for Animaniacs.
We're coming back into.
Actually, it's what's interesting about Shaggy is the fact that everybody thought he did drugs, but
But actually,
Casey
they called
Ca-
him Mr. Bombastic.
Casey Kasem was anti-drug, so
Yeah, Shaggy was also a vegan.
yes, because Casey Keenum was
Yeah.
Casey
Casey
Although-
Kasem. Sorry.
Although, interestingly enough, there were some scripts where Shaggy did talk about eating meat.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the earlier.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Shaggy ate meat a lot of times. I don't know.
There's Lord, I could swear there's episodes of him eating hamburgers.
A lot of the
hot
early
dogs.
it's a lot of the early stuff before they kind of started setting out rules and other things. When they let the actors have a little more creative control. Definitely in the early seasons, you saw Shaggy eating hamburgers or other things. But as it got into the later 70s and into the 80s, when he was still doing it, you would see that he ate more vegan stuff.
Huh.
Like Scoop, I'm a douchebag now.
Personally, my favorite period of Scooby-Doo is the original run in the late 60s, and I would say the all-new Scooby-Doo show, which was, I believe, the second one.
I like the movies that they had.
Yeah, I like the Scooby movies TV
You mean
series.
when they teamed up with the Batman and the...
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Batman and Robin,
as well
Tim
as the
Conway.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, the Blue Falcon.
Mama Cass.
The Harlem
Sonny and
Globetrotters.
Sonny and Cher.
Yes, they did. They teamed up with the Harlem Globetrotters like 2 or 3 times.
The Three Stooges.
Also, remember, there was a crossover with Josie and the Pussycats.
Yes, there was.
And there was that one guy that's exactly like Shaggy in every way.
And now
Yeah, there was one guy exactly like Shaggy also in Jabberjaw.
Didn't they go with Laurel and Hardy at one point?
Yep.
Yes.
Now you've gone and done it. Now we are relevant again.
They were long dead by that time.
Well, I mean, I think it was the same with the Three Stooges, too.
Mo and them are still alive.
I thought only Larry was still alive by the time
No. Well, Mo and Larry died in like either 1975 or 1977.
And
Curly Joe and
Curly Joe lived till
divorced.
94.
Yeah, Curly Joe and Joe Besser.
Oh, screw Joe Besser.
Yeah.
So hard.
Hate him.
You make me so mad.
I found it interesting that Curly had actually a stunt person sometimes because his foot was fucked up.
From doing stunts.
Larry,
No, actually, his foot got messed up when he was a kid. It's a gun accident.
Apparently, Larry had permanent calluses on his face from being slapped so many times.
Yes.
And Joe Besser put it into his contract that he can only be slapped a certain amount of times. It's like, fuck you.
It's like, Joe, you're ugly. You're uglier than Curly was.
And Curly was a goddamn national treasure.
Yeah.
Curly was funny. Curly was an actual comedian.
Well, he got slapstick, and that's the thing is that I mean the Three Stooges rely on it. That's their shtick. I feel like both Curly Joe and Joe Besser really did not get it.
Curly Joe did. Curly Joe was originally supposed to be part of the Three Stooges before Joe Besser, but the only reason why they used Joe Besser is because he was already signed to the studio at the time. Then when the Stooges basically went off on their own, after their hiatus,
Yeah.
Joe Besser joined the group, and then they did like 4 or 5 movies with him.
I heard this rumor, and I wish to God that it had happened, that supposedly in the 40s they were going to do a crossover movie with the Three Stooges and the Marx Brothers.
Oh, that would have been great.
So, I've done some internet sleuthing, and I have the 2 seasons of the 24 episodes of the movies where Scooby-Doo guest starred with them. Would you like me to go through them?
No.
And
Just
say,
celebrities.
No.
well, episode 1 had the Three Stooges.
What part of no are you not comprehending? You sick baby.
Well, how many guests appeared in more than one episode?
Yeah, let's put it to you that way. Fine, Mark, go ahead.
No, I'm looking it up to see how many appeared in more than one.
Internet
Just hold on.
slutting. Yeah, Mark has done some internet slutting.
Mark is an internet slut. He's on fuckmybeard.com.
Okay, so the Three Stooges appear twice.
Really?
Yes, their first episode was from '72, and it was called Ghastly Ghost Town, and their other appearance was called The Ghost of the Red Baron.
So then Mo and Larry were still alive.
Mm-hmm. And then...
So at that time, I think Larry had had a stroke.
Yes.
He had 2 of them.
The Harlem Globetrotters appeared... 3 times.
Like, let's go get a sandwich at a haunted house, Scoob. What could possibly go wrong?
A lot of shit, Maggie.
So
Shaggy suddenly turned into Bubsy.
What could possibly go wrong?
man, this is some interesting guest stars they had.
Hmm?
They had the Addams Family,
Yep.
Jonathan Winters,
Yep.
Don Knotts that we talked about, it looks like twice.
Hi, how you doing, Brian?
Phyllis Diller,
Yeah,
Yep.
Phyllis Diller.
Sandy Duncan,
Yep.
Yep.
Sonny and Cher,
Shit.
Davy Jones,
Yep.
Jerry Reed.
Yep.
Shaggy Bubsy. I saw Elvis back there.
There's Batman and Robin, which was
Twice.
happened twice.
Yeah,
And
many
then
times in comic books.
Season 2, they had mostly none of the same cast. They had Josie and the Pussycats, Jeannie,
Oh my
Yep.
god, yeah, they did have that. What's her face actually did the voice too.
Yeah,
Barbara Eden, Tim Conway,
That's a good episode.
Don
What's a Tim Conway?
Oh, about 150 pounds.
Don Adams,
So missed it by that much.
the cast of Speed Buggy.
Where they made a mistake. They actually the guy is white in the Speed Buggy show, but in that one episode he's black.
Yep.
They screwed up on his color.
Cass
Oh,
Elliott,
man.
Cass
Yep.
Elliott,
I'm a
and
Cass.
it last episode had Dick Van Dyke.
That's a good
It's the
episode
Phoenix
too.
Fun
Yeah.
Lesbian show.
So those definitely were some interesting adventures they had with people.
The Mama Cass episode was pretty funny because she inherited a chocolate factory.
Yeah.
And
So
that's how she died.
They
I don't
used
know
fat
what else-
jokes.
I don't know what's worse, these muckmen or Cass Elliott's driving. Cass Elliott's driving?
The
He
whole
was
joke
doing
was
blackface. No, Smithers was doing blackface.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right. At one point I was black.
At one point I was black. Would have thought.
And I became white. Who would have thunk it?
I'm Michael Jackson.
And I had pink hair for some reason.
No, I'm Michael Jackson. The real Michael Jackson.
I'm Michael Jackson. Look, man.
Actually, I'm surprised that the Jackson 5 weren't one of the
penises.
guest cast on that Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh my god, who's that getting beat up with the belt? Oh, it's just Tito.
Like
And
Zug
don't make me beat
Scoob,
your
their
black
dad
ass
was,
with a belt.
like Zug Scoob, their dad was an asshole, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, douchebag Raggy.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That was tough love. You know, beating the shit out of my kids with a belt.
The
And
butcher,
then that
blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
piece of, and then that piece of crap. After Michael died, he's standing up there talking at his funeral, and then he's like, "And this is my production company," and it's like, "You piece of shit."
Are you talking about Joe Jackson?
Yes.
Joe Jackson have to be in his videos.
You know, Jace, you joke, but apparently now it's disputed if Bing Crosby actually beat his kids or not.
Yeah.
Because apparently one of his kids denied it.
Like, Dad never beat me.
Yeah, basically.
They bring up the fact that if somebody was abused when they were a kid, if their parents are dead, like they used to mercilessly beat us. They would say it too.
Well, I forget which son it was, but he was like, "Yeah, our dad could be an asshole, but he never beat us." Basically.
Yeah, that's interesting. Where the famous people died, and that comes out. There's a science fiction fantasy writer whose daughter came out saying that her mother beat her or did nasty things to her.
So, I guess
simple.
in the big chest was the big key, since I never was able to open it, which is kind of counterproductive. How am I supposed to open the big chest to get the big key if I don't have the big key?
Yeah.
That is kind of weird. Like,
That's what you get for having a randomizer.
That's what you get for having a big fucking face.
You were gonna say penis, weren't you?
Either that or
No,
ass.
I was gonna say a big face.
in your face with a can of mace.
Oh, Ricardo's all going all holier than thou.
Broken game, shut it down.
Shut it down!
Holy for holy.
Shut it down!
I've eaten this!
It's
Where's the lamb sauce?
What are you? What are you?
I'm an idiot sandwich.
That's right, now get the fuck out, you cunt!
That was probably one of his best ones. He puts the pieces of
Once
bread
I
over her
farted
head.
in this cave so bad, all the jazz hands guys ran away and hid in the desert.
We made this joke the first time it happened.
I know, that's why I read it like the fucking Birdman song guy. Wellesley Willis.
Birdman kicked my ass!
Birdman kicked my ass!
That was one of my favorite things about the Harvey Birdman DVD. Was the menu music.
Yes, it was. I still have that DVD set.
Birdman kicked my
I have all the
Birdman
Harvey
kicked my
Birdman
ass was the
DVDs.
menu music?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. For the
So
first,
one of my
for the
friends
first-
actually
first
has
volume.
a Wesley Willis CD.
Hey, they are jazz handing.
That's the joke.
Tony Anoki had a big old chin.
Rock
say-
and roll McDonald's.
Did you say Antonio Inoki had a big old chin?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
I mean, that's what I thought you said.
Also, his real name is not Antonio Inoki, it's Muhammad Hassan Inoki.
Yeah, he converted to Islam at some point.
Apparently, it's his birth name.
Muhammad.
That's actually
Hassan.
funny that it's Muhammad Hassan. Fucking Bemos. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.
Because he's not originally from Japan. He's from like, Brazil or something.
Was he from the Philippines originally?
South America.
Oh,
South
I
America.
want Sunday.
I would think he was from Brazil.
He studied under Ricky Dozan, I know that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Ricky,
him and Baba studied under Ricky Dozan.
Ricky Doza was, like the founding father of professional wrestling in Japan.
In Japan, yeah. Pierson.
I like it when a lot of wrestlers, like if they're masked wrestlers in Japan, they pass down their
Fire Rod.
their gimmicks to other wrestlers.
Like Tiger Mask.
Yeah,
Is that good or bad?
It's a good thing. It keeps the
No, I was talking
character.
about the fire rod.
oh.
No, it's a bad thing. It means I die.
Well,
Hey,
Tiger Mask isn't necessarily inherited from one wrestler to another.
Obviously.
Considering they just had the Tiger Mask double anime, and oh god, who the hell was it? He was in the Cruiserweight Classic. Is now under Tiger Mask's mask. Although there are two Tiger Masks. There's the regular one, like Tiger Mask, and then there's Tiger Mask Black,
Well, yeah, that was Eddie
Tiger
Guerrero.
in the Dark.
Eddie Guerrero was Black Tiger.
Black Tiger uppercut.
Yeah. I think right now they're on the 4th Tiger Mask.
Yeah. Because Tiger Mask Double doesn't actually count as Tiger Mask.
No,
It
he's
makes you
different.
wonder. Makes you wonder if, when the time finally does come, if they'll make a new Jushin Liger.
When he retires, Jushin Liger 2. Hey,
Electric Boogaloo.
him and Tiger Mask 4
Jushin Lightning
tag-
Liger.
are tag teaming right now, or they were tag teaming, and they won Noah's tag team championships.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
The
soon.
Spoonie has a tag team.
The GHC tag team championships.
Pretty soon, there's going to be a match happening that's going to be Rey Mysterio versus Jushin Liger.
That's happened before.
Yeah.
But God, that's going to be a great match. Oh. It's just those two, even though they're up there in age, those two are going to be putting on a great match.
Ray's in like some of the best shape of his life, despite being on like his 19th knee.
Ah, my
Freaking
knee!
Jushin Thunder Liger's in his late 40s, early 50s, and the man runs around like he's 25.
Yeah.
I think Rey Mysterio might be coming back to the WWE.
Are you sure?
Well,
I thought that was a one-time thing.
yeah, Rey
so did
Mysterio
I.
wants a part-time schedule, and WWE doesn't want that. They want him full-time.
Well, the last thing I heard, which was yesterday, is that apparently they're still negotiating.
He
The
might
last
be
thing
getting
I heard
the,
was a big old turd.
so he might be getting the part-time schedule that he wants. Because he does not want to work for Impact.
His son's training now too.
Good.
Dominic.
Oh, you mean Dominic?
Yeah.
His
No, he
son
means
towers
Dominic.
over him. His son towers over him.
Yeah.
All his son needs to do is put a mask. I hope that he wears a mask. I really do.
Just
Me
call him
too.
Hijo. Just call him Hijo de Rey Mysterio.
Hijo de Rey Mysterio's son of
Just
Rey
call him
Mysterio.
Hijo de Puta. Wait.
Son of a bitch.
Call him El Loco Rojo.
No, fuck that. Only
Hijo de
distinguished,
Rojo.
only distinguished Mexican wrestlers get to have that name.
True. He's hardcore. He was hardcore champion, folks. Remember that.
True. Of Hardcore Zone Wrestling, whatever the fuck that was.
Hardcore champion. It feels good. Oh crap. Never mind.
I got what you were referencing.
Well, nobody else here probably did. So.
Oh crap.
Yeah, it's because nobody else here watched it, or anybody for that matter.
I watched it. Doesn't that mean anything?
Yeah, I said nobody else here watched it though,
Oh.
No, I
or
didn't
or
see it.
anybody else for that matter.
Yeah, the football stinko.
I've had the pleasure of speaking with both Mike and El Loco Rojo. Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you'd like Bluefin.
Mm.
El Stinko.
Funny. El Loco Rojo just looks like Mike with a mask on, doesn't he?
I don't know where you get that idea.
And the boss.
And the bears.
Oh, and I know
And the
Dane's-
penis.
I know Dane's favorite wrestler of all time.
Wiener.
Oh
The
yeah.
Masked Mort.
Listen, Bill. I wanted this to come from me.
What?
It's not the masked born anymore.
Oh.
I'm fighting who?
I'm fighting who?
Oh, I can't do that.
Oh no. Oh my word.
You're fighting Bruiser Brody Jr.
I'm fighting who? Oh no. Oh, I just crapped my pants. Oh lord.
I think Colt Cabana is now the NWA champion.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Colt Cabana.
Billy Corgan's just going, is my wrestling company legitimate yet?
Go reunite with your old band.
Did I do it? Did I do it yet? Did I do it right?
You did, Billy. You did.
That makes me feel sad.
I can't believe that TNA actually has, like, I think they just hit 500,000 followers on Twitter. I can't believe that many people actually follow TNA.
That's it. That's all it does in the whole world.
Apparently, Jace, the current NWA champion, is Nick Aldis.
I saw something about Colt Cabana winning some sort of title.
Sure, it wasn't the United States, the NWA United States Championship.
Maybe.
Cabana won the title before, but I don't know if he's champion right now.
Thing is, when you get that belt, you gotta go around the country.
Around the world, around.
You know, different promotions.
Well, yeah, because NWA is everywhere. There's all these different regional divisions.
Lord, when you get the NWA World Championship, you even got to defend it in like Russia, Japan.
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Them penguins peck.
Ric Flair versus a penguin for the NWA title. Who's gonna win?
Woo! He just kicks it in. He just kicks it in the head and it runs away. He's like, he wins.
Well, I guess Ric Flair wins.
And then Roar comes in and cashes in and
oh my god. It's Kurt Russell from The Thing. What's he doing here?
he shoots Ric Flair in the knee and pins him.
Time for a change of clothes. Interesting. So this is going to be the red tunic.
Yay, red tunic.
You don't get that till one of the last levels anyway, so that's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. That works out.
You got the most powerful tunic.
Yep.
Neat. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, this my shit. All the girls gonna lick my tit.
few times of rum tongue around your crack. Wait.
Say what?
Say home.
Uh-huh. Suck my tits.
Oh, you can run into that tree over there.
Yes.
Suck my lollipop.
I'll take you to the candy shop.
I got it from the doctor.
Oh. Oh, let me absorb all you fairies!
The shovel!
I got a shovel, and I live in a bucket.
Now you
I
can
live
go,
in a giant bucket.
You can go over now to the,
To the meadow where the flute kid is and dig up what was supposed to be the flute, but I already have the flute. So it'll be something else.
Thank you, I was gonna say that.
Yes.
I live in a giant bucket.
I live in a giant fucker.
Round here.
Brown deer.
Brown rear.
So apparently, yeah, he's
I don't
Iron
want
Man
property.
heavy metal weight champion.
The heavy
Iron
metal.
Man, what?
So
DDT Iron Man heavy metal-weight championship. It is
Yeah.
a hardcore title defended 24/7 that has been won by, among other things, a ladder, a dog, a tub, a plate of food, itself.
Itself.
Yeah, it was its own champion at one point.
How meta
How did
can
that
you
not
get?
break the space-time continuum?
And then Joey Ryan won it at some point and brought it over to the States, and a bunch of Lucha Underground wrestlers won it. And
Yeah.
at some point, even Scott Hall had the damn thing.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
one of the title changes happened via rock, paper, scissors. It was won from a wrestling fan winning an auction for the belt, apparently. There was even a title change that happened in a dream.
There's the shovel.
Let me see. Former champions. Let's see. There's been 3 animals, a monkey, a miniature dachshund, and a cat. There have been inanimate objects, a stuffed Hello Kitty doll, another stuffed doll who defeated Kitty Chan for the belt, the Hello Kitty doll, a baseball bat who lost the belt after being broken in half as a KO decision, 3 different ladders, each fell on the champion and a pinfall was counted, with some successfully defending the title by not being pinned during the time limit battle royal matches, a chicken doll, a pro wrestling wave poster, a Big Japan Pro Wrestling ring truck, a pint of beer, a stick of yakitori, a steel chair, and of course the inflatable love doll.
Listen, there's only been 1,288 champions. You know, no big deal.
The matches with the freaking inflatable love doll, those matches are pretty damn good, actually. Like, that love doll is really good at wrestling.
Don't say that to Jim Cornette. He'll probably break your neck.
Shit.
He'd leap over the table and attack you and bludgeon you to death.
Turns out there have been multiple ones, because the second one was designed to look like the Great Muta, and was killed by Kenny Omega by a giant swing that sent Yoshihiko out of the ring, thus splitting his head open and revealing cotton stuffing.
Now, you see, right there...
oh my god! And a third one then came out during that match in the American Badass gimmick with the same theme music. And then it was shot to death by Antonio Honda. And a fourth one came out looking like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you see, Muta, I would like to have Muta would appear in an Omega match, and then Omega gets the mist.
Oh my god, Vince McMahon's Hollywood Walk of Fame star had it at one point.
Japan, what the fuck is going on here?
Non-existent champions. Arnold Skeskajanaker, an invisible wrestler. Muscle Sakai won the title from the Invisible Wrestler by using a ray gun and infrared visor to shoot the Invisible Wrestler, winning the belt on a KO decision.
Now, you see, if DDT wasn't a comedy wrestling organization, which it is,
yeah,
I'd be kicked off about all this.
3 elementary school girls.
Excuse me?
Which they were all trained.
The Addiction, Daniels and Kazarian. The Young Bucks. And the entire audience of Beyond Wrestling's American Rana 16.
Wait, the entire audience were champions?
Apparently so.
Yeah, I think there's video of a lot of Joey Ryan's title changes on his YouTube, and that I saw that particular one.
Like, you're all champion.
Yeah.
I went to a
where
wrestling
he
show
actually he submitted to the audience, and the audience won, but they started clapping, and Joey Ryan demanded the referee call that a tap out and won it right back.
Oh my god. Joey Ryan just lost the belt to AIDS. No.
Oh god. Well, I mean, considering his gimmick, it wouldn't be unlikely.
His wife does the penis plex, or the ball plex. You know how he does the boob plex? He'll grab the woman by the boobs and suplex him.
I'm surprised that Dino Daisuke hasn't won.
Thanks for the glove.
Huh.
The Japanese hard gay guy.
Oh, the guy that's supposed to be a sexual predator.
Oh, Hard Gay Razor Ramon, yeah.
No, not him. Dino Dashka, I thought his name was.
Dino Dashki.
Yeah.
Dino the Kookady.
The guy that puts the other people's heads in his pants and when he pile drives them.
Yeah, the Japanese Goldust, basically.
Oh, he does things Goldust wouldn't have done. You know, the only thing he did was probably kiss somebody or rub on him, but this guy
This
goes.
time at Johnson.
But this guy goes. This guy does.
You,
some,
your friend,
this
and your
guy-
Johnson.
This guy does some yaoi stuff, man.
Yowie.
You and your friend and your Johnson.
You got a thing.
Oh. Alright, well,
Better than nothing.
fair.
What was it?
Heart piece.
It was a hairpiece.
Harpies?
It was herpes.
That was Sai in his interview. So I'm like the harpies.
Hey, yeah, where is he now? Man.
He tried to rap to American and it failed.
He's still famous in South Korea.
When you say the sex doll from DDT, you're talking about Yoshihiko?
Yep.
Yep. Yoshihiro and Yoshihiko.
Now, you know, now you've got me wanting to look at the video of this.
I mean, I've seen the video of Kenny Omega wrestling that little kid.
Yeah, that one's great too.
But my God, Cornette cannot stand Omega.
Yep.
Yeah, that was worth it.
Ten arrows.
Yeah, worth it, not.
You're gonna poop some Law and Order servant home. Hey, you're serving hot. When in the attitude, voice man's gonna poop on your head.
We're gonna use somebody.
I was roaming around, I was looking down, Lord, I see.
Driving to some Marvel number. Lava mama, lava mama. Huh? Say huh?
That razor.
Oh no, I went to a game stream and a Tim Allen show broke out.
Hey, remember when I actually had a good show on TV? Oh.
I never liked Home Improvement.
Better than Last Man Standing.
Didn't he have a one before Last Man Standing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No, I think he was trying to have a movie career at that time.
He's done quite a few movies, other than Santa Claus.
And Toy Story.
Or Galaxy Quest.
For richer or poorer. Yeah,
I actually like that movie.
Jungle to Jungle.
Ugh.
Christmas with the Cranks. Yeah.
Well, I'd rather watch Christmas with the Cranks than Jungle to Jungle.
Joy to the World too. Johnny's Not Dead.
I'd rather crank it at Christmas than watch it.
Crank it at Christmas.
Hate Jungle to Jungle. I hate that movie.
Why did you not like it?
His son in the movie. It's like, you know what, kid? I know you lived in a jungle, but shouldn't you have common sense?
Then the movie would be boring.
Yeah, it would be a very boring remake
The whole
of a.
point of the movie is that he has no common sense because it's funny.
Because he's
It'll be a very boring remake of a boring French movie.
I blame that mom. That mom was a piece of crap in that movie.
Jeez. Isn't there literally a scene where a girl kisses him and he's just like, I don't know what this is. What's going on?
Exactly. He fakes how to make him think, so I'm a man. It's like, yeah, you're a man over there, but here in the States, you're a kid.
All I know is that kid grows up to be Jimmy Olsen in Superman Returns.
Yeah, Mimi Piku or whatever the stupid name was. I actually met him at a convention one time.
And you were like, why are you in such shitty movies?
Pretty much why I asked. I said I hated Jungle to Jungle.
So did I.
He did say that.
Did he fart? Did he fart like that at the end of the sentence?
No, but I probably did.
Talk about not another teen movie instead.
Why would you want to talk about that movie voluntarily?
He was in that movie?
You don't have to be condescending about it, you jackass.
I don't know what else he's on.
He was in that movie.
He was in that movie?
Philandering floss bag.
Don't bring Adam Winkleman into this.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow.
So the kid in Jungle to Jungle was Sam Huntington.
Yeah, that's him. We're just talking about him, man.
Oh, he was in some episodes of Veronica Mars.
I don't think I watched that show. Don't have the time back then.
I haven't even seen that movie.
Bill's big fan of Gossip Girl, obviously.
No. He was into girls with Lena Dunham back then.
That's not funny, man. That's messed up.
It is.
It's a little funny.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
He was also in Being Human.
Oh yeah, it was. I forgot.
He sounded really repulsed by that.
Oh, the American version, yeah.
Because it was the American version.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Of what movie?
A
Being
TV
Human.
show. Being Human.
It was a vampire, a werewolf,
And a ghost. Living
Yeah, which
together.
sounds-
In the same house.
Which sounds like a perfect plot to a crappy sitcom that got cancelled after 3 episodes.
The British version did alright.
I actually saw the British version more than US version.
Well, yeah, you got the BBC over there in Australia, don't you?
Yeah, but Well, that was on Foxtel, which I used to have, but it wasn't on just BBC. I think it was on
yeah, but in
ABC.
Australia, BBC is the Bondi Broadcasting Corporation.
No, it isn't. They
Shut
still
up.
show. They show British stuff there, like Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh wait, that's the American BBC.
They show Hi Dad and Royal Paris.
Excuse you, they also show Star Trek Voyager
Show a lot of Star Trek.
and Star
Do
Trek
they
the original
show-
series.
No Deep Space Nine?
Nope.
That's
Nah.
depressing. It airs up here, luckily. Actually, part of the contract that Star
Trek Voyager, only if it was starring
Part of
Dana
the-
Troy and 7 of 9.
part of the deal up here for Star Trek Discovery to air on the Space Channel was that Bell Canada signed a deal for all the Star Trek shows. So they have each day of the week is a different show. So they have, I think Monday is the original series, Tuesday is TNG, Wednesday is Deep Space Nine, Thursday is Voyager, and Friday is Enterprise.
Yeah, they do that. They do that here too, except we don't have Deep Space Nine or Enterprise.
We don't care if we got Enterprise. Deep
Yeah,
Space Nine's
nobody
Deep
really
Space
does,
Nine,
unfortunately.
Deep Space Nine's my favorite Star Trek. I wish they had it here.
But yeah, no, it actually just both TNG and Deep Space Nine just recently finished their syndication run, so they've kicked back to the start of the season 1 again.
I'm still waiting for the Blu-ray release of Deep Space Nine, but I know
It's not going to happen
I know
because
it's
of the
not-
poor
yeah.
sales of TNG Blu-rays.
That's what I'm trying. That was what I'm trying to say.
But I bet you can get them on DVD.
God damn it!
I
Well,
got
no,
the
you-
DVD.
God
Yeah, you
damn
can-
it!
They actually re-released the DVD set in a nice new box for the Deep Space Nine last year, the year before. I'm thinking of picking it up.
I have a few of them on episodes on VHS.
I used to have a copy of Best of Both Worlds on VHS.
Go ahead and kill
I mean,
me.
I have the
I'll
original
respawn at the
series.
start.
I have the Enterprise Dilemma.
I have the original series, The Cage, on VHS long time ago. Bought
I
it from
have-
the Star Trek The Exhibit at Powerhouse Museum.
Star Trek Dicks.
I actually have the Blu-ray of the original series, the remasters.
I got that too.
It includes the Cage on there, as well as the Triples episode of Deep Space Nine.
Does it have the bloopers?
Yes, some of them.
You hit the blooper where the door slams on Kirk's penis.
Ah, Spock, my dick.
Oh, Spock, my cock.
Get it?
Yeah. Should have said that.
Yes,
Shit.
you should have. But you didn't, but you didn't, but you didn't.
And I spank you.
But you didn't,
Shit.
but you didn't. Stupid hand.
You fucking.
Somebody
God
raising something.
damn it!
Yeah, hold on.
Finally.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Moldorms.
Tell me about it.
And Wallmasters and Gibdos. It's like,
And
fuck.
Master Hand.
That Gibdo.
That's the Wallmaster.
I'm so glad he didn't show up in Breath of the Wild.
Gibdos sounds like a racist term. You Gibdo.
That is our word. You do not use our word.
Alright, I'll call you.
How about this? G word Jim?
Thank you. A Gibdo named Jim.
That
Gibdo. Just, you see two Gibdos talking. It's like, oh shit, here comes a Redead. Dude, just ignore him.
Oh, you need the fire rod to kill this son of a bitch.
Oh, that's right.
I actually like how they brought the rods in on Breath of the Wild. They were neat.
Yeah, I thought that was cool that they were an item you could get from
Shit, I'm out
killing,
of
like,
magic.
Blizz robes.
You can use the sword too.
Star Trek, the undiscovered country.
I don't die.
I think one of the really neat effects of Breath of the Wild was when you're wearing metal equipment and how you can get hit by lightning.
Oh, yeah. Now, I liked throwing metal equipment when there was lightning.
Oh yes, you hit it towards enemy and then the enemy will get an electric shock. You could almost say they got shock therapy.
Oh, Mark, I couldn't say that.
I like there was one puzzle where you had to use a weapon to link the electricity between 2 points.
Ah yes, I remember that puzzle.
Stardate 46922.3.
You got the thing.
It wasn't worth it because it was the compass. We really can't.
Ooh, episode 18.
I actually watched the last episode of season 1 of Discovery yesterday.
Good, bad.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Ugly.
No, they actually did a really good job of setting up the values and meanings of the Federation and what they stand for in the final episode. It really had a neat arc to see the main character, realize the values of Starfleet and the Federation from the start of the series to the last episode of the first one.
Join us or you're the bad guys.
You son of a bitch!
And then the Enterprise showed up at the end of the episode for the series finale.
Yeah, and there's also the clever Clint Howard cameo.
And then the captain says, "Oh, you're blaming me because I'm a black woman."
She's not a captain.
She's still number one.
No, she's a science officer at the end of Discovery.
Oh yeah,
Saru is the first officer, and she's the science officer.
I guess you're the science guy now, bitch.
Science! This is a laboratory!
Well, what was always interesting about me is when I learned just how big the crew was of the Discovery. I was like, oh wow, it surprised me. It's about a crew of 126 or so.
They're about 10 feet tall apiece.
No, that's just Saru. That's 10 feet tall.
Oh, is that the penis-looking guy?
That's the Doug Jones character.
Yeah, that penis.
He becomes captain.
No, he's first officer. No, they were going to Vulcan to pick up their captain at the end of new captain at the end of the series, but the Enterprise sent a distress call, and so they dropped out of warp, and the Enterprise comes up to them, and you're like, "Sir, Captain Pike's hailing us," and then it just ends, and you're like, "You motherfuckers!"
Captain Pike, beep 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 beep.
Yeah, we just have to wait. We just have to wait for the captain revealed on season 2.
1 minute.
Which is VHS,
I know, right?
VHS intro.
I turned that down.
What are you watching?
Undiscovered
the
country.
audio, apparently.
Is there
The
ever-
last-
Phil, have you ever heard of putting your headphones on gently?
They're just rattly.
Duct tape. It does wonders.
Woohoo.
Can't you go to the graveyard and
fuck a bitch.
get an? Well, I mean, if you want to do that.
It's gonna feel like dried up cottage
I
cheese,
I
but
guess I can. I mean, I was going to the witch's hut because I got the mushroom. But...
All right, so then go to the fucking witch's hut. You
Go to the
you-
bitch's what?
Did you beat
Come on.
Mothra?
No. I died.
Star Trek 4. That's 4 is the undiscovered country, isn't it?
Nah,
No,
number
6
6.
is the undiscovered
Yeah.
country.
Okay.
4 is the voyage home, which is the one where they pick up the whales.
And the one where Punk gives the middle finger to the Kirk and Spock before Spock puts him to sleep.
Yes, and the entire bus erupts cheering because Vulcan neck pinched the Punk. Good
It
scene.
seems like all the even numbers are the good ones, and all the odd ones are pretty bad.
Well, Star Trek 3 has moments, at least.
Star Trek 3 is not as bad as people make it out to be. It's just that it came after the high that was 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Khan was... It's a masterpiece.
Khan!
1 is just boring.
Actually, I had a thought occur to me as I was watching the Discovery last night. I have an idea of how they can tie the spore drive that they can't use anymore into the canon of Star Trek and get away with it. It's the basis of the ingredients that they use for creating the Genesis project.
Program.
Oh, that's so
Did you hear
cool.
that, Adam?
China.
I said that I think that the mitochondrial, or whatever the spore drive is called on Discovery, might be what they used to say it helped to create the Genesis project.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
Kind of bad,
Well-
but you can destroy your whole engine with penicillin.
Well, the funny thing is they kind of actually retcon out them being able to use it for season 2 onwards.
Yeah, let's abandon that thing and, have the ship go normally.
Sure, why not? Sure, why
It's a
not?
green-powered ship. Although if you drop penicillin in there, the ship completely dies out.
No, it's a spore drive. It's a spore-based ship. Mushrooms.
Oh.
Yeah,
If you use a fungicide.
it's why Mario and Luigi was part of the crew.
If you use a fungicide, then...
Yeah, that's not gonna work. But yeah, Adam, when I was watching have you seen the final episode yet? I assume you
A
have.
few weeks ago,
It's
yeah.
Where they create the spores on that desolate planet?
Oh, that's...
Sure.
I think that was like early this year or last year. Can't recall. But I thought you
It's,
mean the last episode.
No, the last episode of Discovery.
Yeah.
The creation of the spore on that planet sure reminded me the hell of The Genesis device.
Yeah, you just mentioned, yeah. I mean, it makes big sense.
Well, especially when they turned an entire dead planet into a live planet. They can tinker with the process, but essentially,
I do hope that planet will be revisited in a later season.
I'm hoping it's the planet where that research outpost was that they shows up in Star Trek 2, because I couldn't remember the name they used.
Or it might be, might not be, who knows. One thing I hope the Discovery Season 2 won't have is Dwight Schrute as Harry Mudd.
Harry Butt.
Or not Harry Mudd, because I don't see him as Mudd at all.
No.
Anywho, I was seeing watching this movie, and the first scene they show George Takei drinking tea right in the beginning. So I'm thinking, ooh, I'm going to drink this tea. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh my, jasmine tea is awesome.
Oh my, jasmine tea. Nom, 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 nom,
Except you don't eat tea, you drink tea, so that makes that joke invalid.
Ooh my,
tastes good. Nom, 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 nom.
I can see why Picard likes that Earl Grey tea.
I'm going to drink this tea made out of vagina juices. Nom nom nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
I have to wonder who'll be the captain on Discovery on next season.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
Hey.
I hate
Did you
us.
turn, Mike?
Yeah.
It's gonna be my.
Captain Dane Forgione of the Discovery.
We've been doing this for so long that we know when our jokes are gonna.
Yeah.
The same jokes pop in our head.
Mm-hmm. Part of one guess on who'll be the captain on the Discovery next season?
It's gonna be Hulk Hogan.
That'd be great.
You know something, brother?
Phaser's the stun, brother.
The Stazer's the fun, brother.
Set the phasers to leg drop, brother.
Set the phasers to nil.
I lost my train of thought.
Nutrition.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, brother.
Bummer.
Set the phasers to organic.
You know, Mark, just because you say you add random words to the end of the sentences doesn't mean you should say them.
Set phasers to squeeze my buns.
Bill, the same thing goes for you.
I know.
I'm only saying it for your own good, Mark.
Set phasers to kill this joke.
Yes. Now Mark's all mad.
No, just tired from having a lack of sleep last night.
Hey, Spock.
I do know that I think Lurker, not the Mirror Universe Lurker, but the Prime Universe Lurker, go with that, would make a return on next season.
Well, it's certainly possible.
Because he's like currently missing.
Well, his ship that he was on kind of got blown up in the
Yeah, they probably got
that cloud.
Yeah, they probably got to throw a twist saying he's captured. They go, we used that plot from the first season. He's a Klingon plant.
Dos seconds.
He'll imagine him having sex with a Klingon again, like the other one.
Oh yes, the Klingon breasts.
The Klingon titties.
You see them in Discovery there, Bill.
Yeah, briefly.
They're pretty big.
They have ridges on them like the foreheads.
Mm.
Oh.
Rib for your pleasure.
Yeah, and the last episode have a bit of Hawaiian boobs, but a bit censored.
Funny Klingon flashes. Block chuck.
They actually show a Klingon urinating on a wall in the episode.
Okay.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, with which is kind of like two parts of piss coming out, or was it three?
I don't remember. I was like, oh, well, that's a thing.
I find it weird that Vulcans and humans could get together. Humans and Klingons could get together.
They explore that plot point in TNG, Bill, of why it's happens.
Yeah.
They were genetic. The entire Alpha Quadrant and most of the rest of the universe was seeded by the preservers, where most of the people have similar genetic code structure that allows them to
same amount of chromosomes.
Well, it essentially allows them to be able to have children with each other. Not every species, but a large chunk of them.
Yes, that's why.
I would say ones that are close to humanoidish.
That's why. What is the Quack's brother is with the girl who's Bejo, I think. Oh, I forget his name.
Just give me my green woman and I'll be good.
I don't know. In Orion society, it's actually the green women that are in charge, Bill, and they release a pheromone that's used to control you, so you have no free will or control.
Just give me one of the slave girls and I'll be good.
Yeah, they're not actually slave girls.
I know.
It's all a part of a covert psych of the universe by the Orions. No, by the Orions.
Oh, alright. You go, keep going, Mark.
Oh, it's just because they make them think that the big, muscly Orion men are the ones in charge, but nope, it's the women.
Yeah.
They let them die.
I was gonna say, I now know what I was gonna say. Yeah, Worm and Lita on Deep Space Nine.
Ah, yes, the Ferengi and the Bajoran.
Oof.
Yeah, and Kira and Otto is one of them too.
I'm watching you, Quark. Oh yeah, I bet you are. I can turn into a boa constrictor and kill you. Oh yeah, you go do that.
Not to mention Tom Paris and Belana Torres.
Drag racing, woohoo!
Not to mention the farting thing from Liverpool.
My sister is in a balcony.
Is the farting thing from Liverpool?
Oh, she's the burping thing from Liverpool.
They stick the hand in the Liverpool.
They stick the hand in my Liverpool.
Liverpool, England. Nah, that's right.
Such a complex dungeon.
You're a complex dungeon.
That's why nobody likes it.
This dungeon's given me a complex. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yay.
Okay, one more image.
Oh god, I can't deal with this crap again.
You Klingon bastard, you killed my son.
Okay.
Freaking Kiptos.
What's this?
Q brings Bill Crosby forward in time to torment the crew.
You see why they're lying down.
Kirk's son. Showed a picture of him with that feathered hair.
It's Kim Cattrall.
Did you guys hear the story of what she did when nobody was on Star Trek 6 set?
Nude photos.
Yeah, that one. And those nude photos will never be seen.
That's because Nimoy destroyed them.
That nude photo was Albert Einstein.
Yes, because he visited the Enterprise first before he visits the Enterprise D to play poker with Data.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Fuck!
Einstein would
Boss is fucking hard.
Einstein would be playing Poker Face when he plays poker.
Flamendoodle.
Nama noodle.
This Lady Gaga, she puts my theory of relativity to music.
Relativity.
It's a llama nama newbie.
God damn it.
Well, it's getting to that time of the night where Mike's having trouble playing.
Well, it's getting to that time of the night where Mark can suck my cock. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's just an observation that you've made yourself
I'll
before.
observe your...
Well, yeah, but your observations are really hurtful.
Well, I'm sorry then.
I bet you are. God damn it!
You freaking mushnick.
Kill me, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me.
Shut up, Gannon. You fucking muggle.
God damn it.
Did Jace fuck off for the night? Where'd he go?
Oh, I'm still here.
Ah, okay. Who's slapping their pee-pee?
Slapping my
I
chest.
am. I grew a third hand. Just so I could slap my own pee-pee.
Stop it! Stop it right now!
Stop that. Stop that.
Stop that.
Stop that!
Stop that. I say that to Emily all the time. Stop that. Good gurgle spits. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to call it for a night.
Well,
All right.
Bye, 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 bye.
I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
see you tomorrow.
Bye, Billy. You fucking wiener.
Oh yeah, big man. You make fun of him after he leaves.
I just thought he was still on the call.
I know. Who fucking farted?
Oops, you farted.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Boss is fucking hard.
Like a dick. I mean, nothing.
No.
Well, who said that?
I think I'm gonna call it a night.
Alright.
Yeah.
Because this boss is just shitty fun.
I need to come back into this boss with a clearer head. Somewhere down the line, maybe. Alright, thanks for watching MVGLive for this evening. There will be a show tomorrow, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. I don't know what yet. Like I said, I'd like to do match game. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'd like to use this material that I have written for the shows, so for match game. So rather than wasting it, since we didn't get to do it Monday. So maybe match game tomorrow. Special show. Yeah. There's no You Can't Be Serious this weekend, so I don't know. There might be a regular old MVGLive Saturday night, maybe. I don't know. See what happens.
Usually before a pay-per-view, you say you want to get ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
MVGLive doesn't take as much prep, though. Not nearly as much. In any event, Facebook.com/MVGLive for future events and updates. Follow the cast on Twitter. I'm Quite Mental. Dane is Dana5611. Bill's Bill Cutter 17. Mark is Mark T. Gledhill. Jace is Crit Hit Jason. Adam is Adam Bednarczyk. Thank you guys for watching. Good night, everybody.
Good night.